I'm doing Project Pan, but I also bought skincare last week. Remember this giant pile of products on my bed? Most of it was shower products, but I did have a lot of skincare in there too. That's Project Pan. Basically me trying to get through my entire back stock of products before I buy more. My skincare portion of Project Pan came to an abrupt end a couple weeks ago. I'm Maria. I share slow living, sustainability, and minimalism content online. Hit that subscribe button if any of that interests you, and hit that like button if you want to see more on Project Pan. I think it's fascinating the way that the internet is kind of moving into underconsumption core, and I'd love to talk about it more, but I want to make sure you like it too. Project Pan is something that's been around for many years, but this year I've seen it everywhere, and with hundreds of people that are trying it, it's going to have an impact that we've never seen before. So what is Project Pan? It's a challenge to use up beauty products, self-care products, or household products before buying more. The goal is to hit pan or reach the bottom of a container. We want to reduce overconsumption and stop buying in excess of products that we don't need until you're completely out of them, which is basically sustainability and underconsumption core at its finest. Our planet cannot continue to sustain Amazon must-haves or everyone buying the latest and greatest things or everything in every color. So that's where Project Pan comes into play. People do Project Pan with skincare products, shower products, makeup, even cleaning supplies, which I think I'm gonna do next. I started my challenge in January, and I started by putting every single product that I own that was shower or skincare related or makeup related on my bed to see where I'm at. And I have probably enough products for the shower for the next 2 years at least. Declutter things you're not going to use, and then pick a spot for your back stock and set it up almost like a store. I stack my bars so the new ones are on the bottom and the next ones that I pick are on the top. I do FIFO, first in, first out, which is pretty standard for a lot of different things in our world. I want to use the oldest products first so they don't go to waste. After setting up your collection like a store, then you can finally start to use it. Okay, so I've only been doing Project Pan for 3 months. Why is my skincare section done? I had a lot of skincare on that bed. Well, I started using my last rounds of skincare in the beginning of March, and I had started to use my Bamboo Earth products, but I'm allergic to them. Story of my life. I ended up having the same allergic contact dermatitis, and it took almost 2 weeks for it to clear up this time. If you notice in any of my videos, my face being super red, it was literally burning. I had switched to use the oil cleanser, the rose water cleanser, and the rosemary toner, and I added all 3 of those products to my routine in the same day. I used them at night, woke up in the morning, used them in the morning, and then by time that night had come, it was bad. So I ended up gifting all of my Bamboo Earth products because we don't like to waste things. I gave them to a woman on my Buy Nothing group. I ended up gifting all of them instead of trying to just use things separately. I don't know if it was an ingredient in all of them or if it was just one of the products that my skin didn't like. If you've ever had allergic contact dermatitis, it is so uncomfortable. So I was not willing to try these products separately just to see if I maybe had a reaction to one of them in particular. So this little package of skincare went into my Buy Nothing group, and it's happy in a new home. So I went to my refill store on a Saturday morning because at this point I was out of toner. I was super low on vitamin C oil, almost out of moisturizer, and I just started my last bottle of cleanser, which was Crave Beauty. Little Salmon is Buffalo's refill store on Elmwood Avenue. I will never shut up about how much I love them, and you can order from them online. So if you don't have a refill store near you, it's a great option to buy it online. And the owner does a super awesome job with stocking not only sustainable products and refillable products, but also products from local artisans and businesses. It is hands down my favorite store in Buffalo. So for skincare, I refilled with Zara & Co toner, which I like. I'm still deciding if I like it more than the Cocokind toner, but I did go to repurchase the Cocokind Raspberry Vinegar Toner only to find that it hasn't been available since 2023. So, which means I've had mine in my closet since 2023. And I'm so sad that they don't make it anymore. I really love that toner. Supposedly they reformulated it into the rose water toner. So I did buy a bottle to try it next. Then I decided I wanted to try the rebrand Dream Face Cleanser before I go back to my Crave Beauty cleansers, which I love because it would be great if I have not just brand loyalty to one and can have a couple different options, especially having sensitive skin. So I got a small jar of that, and I actually really like it as a cleanser. I do think I need to put it in a different bottle though, because it is not working in a small jar. I think I need to find something with a pump, and then I can refill it at my refill store. And then I bought the Rebrand Power Serum Vitamin C Brightening Serum to give it a try. I haven't tried it yet. I'm almost out of my current vitamin C, which is from Sky Organics, which I do really like. And then I also got the Rebrand Moisturizer, which is their day and night cream, which I really like. I think it's really comparable to Crave Beauty's Oat Cleanser. It's super light, doesn't feel oily or greasy going on, and super cost effective. My biggest win was leaving the refill store without shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap bars or lotion, and any other products that I am not out of yet for Project Pan, which does not happen often. I usually grab so much. I want to support my local refill store, but this time I restrained myself at least a little bit. So let's go over the empties I've accumulated since my last update on Project Pan. My Cocokind Raspberry Vinegar Toner, I quite literally am going to be so upset if their other toner is not as good. It is so good, and I even tried to see if I could buy it from anybody who is still selling it. Nope, can't find it anywhere. Native deodorant, I think it's okay. For $13 a stick, it's kind of insane cost-wise, and I can't justify buying it again. My friend Chris does a deep dive into whether brands are sustainable or greenwashing every March. Her series this year was phenomenal, and she did review Native and how they've changed over the last couple of years, and Native is definitely leaning toward greenwashing. Back to Earth Foaming Cleanser. This was a great foaming cleanser, and I honestly would buy it again. If you saw my last video from Project Pen, you know that I was allergic to their serum and their moisturizer. Same thing, I started them both at the same time, but I was allergic to both, so I'm not sure about those. But honestly, now that I've started to use a gel cleanser very consistently and a liquid cleanser very consistently, hi! I just need a couple more minutes and you can sit on my lap. Now that I've regularly started to use a liquid and or gel cleanser, I actually don't feel like foaming cleans as well. I also finished my current Wild deodorant refill. It was like 3/4 of the way gone. I had several deodorants started and never finished. So the last couple months I've gone through deodorant. I swear I'm not applying it more than the average person. I had just started so many of them. Hi. So I'm finally on to only using, nope, don't eat that. And I'm finally on to only using Wild deodorant, which is awesome because 3 of the refills take up the same amount of space as like 1 Native deodorant. So that's a win for space. I think I'm going to finish the vitamin C serum before the end of the month, if not definitely early April. But other than that, I'm not really at the end of anything except maybe my Crave Beauty moisturizer. I'm close to being done with that. So I'm done with skincare for Project Pan. I honestly thought that I would be at least half a year in before I had finished any categories of anything, but I'm excited that I finished something, even if it was due to allergies. It makes me more motivated to keep going, and seeing that closet shelf clear up is amazing. Also, I'm a list person, so I did in fact make a list of everything that I have for Project Pan. I still have to go through and highlight the ones that I've used up already / given away because of allergies, but this is how I keep myself straight. I'm a total list person. You've probably seen this notebook in other videos. It's how I keep myself straight, and I do not function without lists. So I think that's it. If you have any questions about Project Pan, be sure to leave them below. Let me know if you're participating and let me know how you're progressing. I love seeing updates in the comments from people, and I think it motivates other people to join in too. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button if you want me to do more on Project Pan, or if you genuinely liked the video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and see you next time.